So the practice we're going to do this evening is a practice which is restorative, but it's quite strong. So it's about strengthening the knees and the back. And it's taken from one of the Descachar sequences. So just coming into whatever position is comfortable for you to sit for a couple of minutes. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Bring the chin a little towards the chest and have the palms facing upwards. And take the first finger towards the thumb, taking that mudra. Close your eyes. And we're going to come into Ujjayi breathing. So taking that little constriction at the back of the throat and starting to breathe in and out slowly through the nose. Lifting the heart as you breathe in. And getting that feeling of maintaining space as you breathe out. And we're just going to stay here for about a minute. So coming into the present moment. Inhaling space. Exhaling to let your brain relax. And really appreciating that quality, that cleansing quality of Ujjayi breathing. So you're refining the breathing. You're coming to this moment. And then taking your hands to the heart, chin slightly towards the chest. Taking a moment to dedicate your practice to whatever you want to dedicate it to today. I know this is a stressful time. Just taking that moment. Maybe acknowledging all the people who are there on the front line, like we did at 11 o'clock this morning. And then you're going to take the hands back to the knees. And we're going to chant Om 3 times from the heart. So inhaling. And then staying in the vibration of that sound. Half opening your eyes, taking the hands to the heart. And as you inhale, lifting the arms up, looking up. Seated mountain pose. And then as you exhale, sweeping the space around you. And then twice more, so inhaling, lifting up, looking up. Exhaling, taking the arms down. And then just one more time. And then stretching the fingertips forwards, walking the hands forwards. Gently stretching out the spine. One shoulder coming forwards first. Lifting and lengthening, and then the other shoulder. And then on the other side, a couple more times. And then we're going to come back up. And you're going to come to lying down on your back. And we're going to take this version of Apanasana. So bringing the knees in towards you. And you're going to lift the legs and take the hands around the backs of the knees, the backs of the thighs, whatever you prefer. And as you exhale, you're drawing the knees in towards you. And then as you inhale, you're taking the knees away. And then exhaling, drawing them in. Using that Ujjayi breathing. Inhaling, taking them away. Exhaling in. And again. And we're going to go 3 more times. So gently drawing in the navel. And you're also gently massaging the spine as you do this. One more time. And then you're going to take the feet to the floor. And then here you have a choice. You can come into a reclined butterfly. So the legs are in that diamond shape, the feet are together. Or you can come to a reclined Baddha Konasana, where you take the feet, the heels closer to the groin, and you're pressing the soles of the feet together. Okay? And then you're going to keep the hands down, pressing the soles of the feet together. And then we're going to move very slowly with this. So breathing very slowly, you're going to start to gently bring the knees up. So you're going to close the legs. You're also getting a subtle stretch down the side of the foot, the side of the ankle, really taking your time until the knees come together. And then again, pressing the feet together, the knees come down, and you may feel a bit of release in the lower back. And it may be helpful to slightly press down through the hands so you feel the whole of the back really coming down to the floor. And the trick with this one is to move very, very slowly. And if you've been having to sit at a desk all day, if you're working from home, doing whatever you're doing, this is a really, really good asana to work with. So you're gently bringing the knees together, pressing the soles of the feet together, bringing the knees down. And you don't have to follow how quickly I'm going, you can just go to your own breath, your own pace. And you're not particularly matching the breath to the movement, you're just breathing in and out, slowly and steadily, Ujjayi breath if possible. When you get to the bottom, pressing the soles of the feet together, you can have a little wiggle of the hips, side to side, pressing through the hands, the backs of the arms. Let's take this 3 more times. I'm really noticing every part of the movement. And then one last time. So as you bring the knees up towards each other, you maybe feel that lower back flattening towards the floor. So you get this gentle, gentle release. And then coming down again slowly. Pressing the soles of the feet together. And here, if you like, you can even press down through the sides of the feet, the edges of the feet that are touching the mat, and then lift up very gently so you get a tiny little bit of a back bend, but you're hardly lifting at all. And you can think about engaging Mula Bandha here if you're familiar with that. And then coming back down. And then you're going to take the feet flat on the floor. About hip width apart. And then just allowing the knees to come over to one side. And then to the other a couple of times. Windscreen wiper knees. You can look over the opposite shoulder. Really nice and slowly. And then we're going to work with Dvipadapitam. So you're going to bring the feet in a little closer towards the hips. Take your hands flat on the floor. And bring the chin slightly towards the chest. And let's just take a moment here. So you're feeling the connection with the earth, connection with the ground. Spread out the toes, spread out the fingers, and then place all the digits down. So you're feeling the arch of the instep. You feel the palm of the hand slightly lifted. And then you're going to press into the feet and start to lift the hips. So you're coming up into quite a gentle bridge. And as you lift the hips, you feel the back of the neck being flattened along the mat, gently. And then lowering yourself back down again, vertebra by vertebra. And then going again, so you're pressing through the feet. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, coming down. And really trying to make that breath even slower. Seeing how slowly you can go. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling down. We're going to go twice more. And I want you to really use the feet and try and resist the temptation to clench the butt at the top. See if you can get even more opening by using the feet as if they're your foundational support here. Seeing if you can liberate the back even more by using the hands as well, pushing into the shoulders. So as the spine comes up and down, it's almost like a serpent or a string of beads. It's got freedom, almost as if it becomes longer. And then making this one your last movement. So really slowly, each and every toe pressing down, outside edge of the heel, inside edge of the heel. Balls of the feet pressing down. Lifting the heart, back of the neck presses down. And let's pause at the top. Breathing here. So you're feeling the quadriceps start to switch on a little. You're trying to relax the butt, so you're trying to work in a non-habitual way. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then breathing out to come down super slowly. And then gently just bringing both knees in towards you. And then you're going to keep the left knee bent, take the left foot onto the floor. You're going to lift the right leg. And you're going to take the hands either around the back of the thigh. You could, if your knees are not injured, if your knees feel quite good, in this one you can take the hands behind the knees. Okay, this sequence is quite a lot about strengthening the knees. So as you breathe in, you're going to push into the hands, flexing the foot, strengthening the legs. And then as you breathe out, easing the leg in towards you. Now you can keep the leg straight or you can bend the knee just a little, it's up to you. Chin in towards the chest. And then we'll go 3 more times. So breathing into that resistance, flexing the foot, spreading out the toes. And then exhaling, drawing it in towards you. Almost like you're switching it off. And then twice more. So breathing in, pushing into the leg, pushing into the hands. Breathing out, bring it back in. And then one more time. And then we'll take that to the left-hand side. So again, you're going to keep that right knee bent and you're going to stretch the left leg up. So taking the hands together around the back of the thigh, behind the knee if you wish. And then as you breathe in, pushing into the hands, flexing the foot. And then breathing out, leg in towards you. And then we'll go 3 more times, so nice and slowly. I'll try and make my ujjayi a little bit more audible. So it's kind of. And then one more time. And then again, bringing both knees in towards you and just staying here for a moment. Tucking the chin in towards the chest. And then you're going to come up to all fours whenever you're ready. And we're going to do some cat stretches. So setting it up, spreading out the fingers, spreading out the hands. And as you breathe out, rounding the spine, pushing into the fingertips, looking towards the navel. As you breathe in, lifting the heart, and see if you can press slightly into the tops of the feet. So exhaling, pushing into the fingertips, rounding the spine, looking inwards. Inhaling, pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the heart, looking up. That seems to give it more fluidity, more freedom. So again, in your own time, just continuing with this flowing cat stretch, exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, rounding. And lifting. Twice more. And then we'll take it back to a child's pose. So exhaling back, pushing through the fingertips, fully extending the arms, forehead down. And then inhaling, making it slightly longer, pushing through the tops of the feet, arching up, looking up. Exhaling back. And then forwards again. So you're lifting the heart. And then we'll go twice more. Really flowing with the breath. And then you're going to take yourself to lie on your front. And we'll come into a simple sphinx to start with. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Again, pressing through the hands, lifting the heart a little, pointing the toes. We're going to take a variation on Cobra here. Well, so you're going to take your forehead down. Have the hands parallel to the rib cage. And first of all, you're going to take your left cheek down. So you're looking over towards the right. Left cheek is down. As you breathe in, without putting too much pressure through the hands, you're going to lift up and you're going to lift your left leg. So it's kind of like your classical Bhujangasana, but with one leg lifted. Exhaling here. Inhale, lift a little more. And then exhaling down. And then this time, taking the right cheek down, looking over towards the left. Resting here for a moment. And then with a little bit of tone through the legs, as you inhale, you're lifting up, lifting the right leg. Exhaling here. Inhale, lift a little more. Exhaling down. And then again, left cheek down. We're going to do this 6 times in total. Minimal pressure through the hands, breathing in. Lifting the left leg, lifting the heart. Exhaling here. Inhale. Exhaling down. Looking over to the left, right cheek down. Trying to keep the shoulders quite relaxed. Inhaling, lifting the right leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale again. Exhale down. Left cheek down. This is our 3rd round. Inhaling, lift. Exhale here. Inhale, lift again. Exhale down. Looking over the other side. This time it's the right leg that lifts. Lifting up, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then coming down. We've got 3 more rounds, so I think you know it by now. Left cheek down first, followed by the right cheek. 3 more times each side. Twice more. And then very last round. So maybe lifting your hands a little. Lifting the heart more, inhale. Very last one. And then let's come back into child's pose. That was quite a strong one. So starting with the hands in front of you and then sweeping them around you. So the palms face up. Your forehead melting down into the earth. And you're surrendering everything. Allowing your whole body to settle. Allowing the tailbone to come back towards the heels. So you almost get this passive lengthening of the back. And then one more time, you're going to come to lie on your back. And then we're going to take that Supta Padangusthasana again, but with both legs. And this is just to finish off the warm-up, really. So having the hands down and then stretching both legs up. And you can either grab behind the thighs or the knees. And again, as you breathe in, pressing into both hands with both feet, flexing the feet. And then exhale, bring both legs in towards you. Maybe the tailbone lifts. And then let's go 3 more times. Breathing in, pushing into the hands, flexing the feet. Breathing out, drawing the legs in. And then twice more. Almost like a kind of pike motion. Bend your knees if you need to. If you like, quick happy baby. And then rolling up to sit up. And taking the hands behind you, again taking the knees over from side to side a couple of times. And then we're going to take one more reclined posture before we come to standing. So lying down. And you can have the arms out to the side, maybe stretched out. And then take the right knee in towards you. Placing the right foot on the left knee. And we're going to do a dynamic reclined twist. So as you breathe out, you're going to take the knee over to the left, but the knee doesn't come to the ground. You look over towards the right. And then inhale, bring it back, chin towards the chest. And then 3 more times. Breathing out, twisting. Breathing in, lifting. Trying to press both shoulder blades down. Last time, exhale down and keep the knee down. And if you like, you can take that left hand to the back of the right thigh and just gently ease that knee over. So it's a very gentle twist. And then same, other side. So bringing the left knee in, left foot to right knee. Chin is centered. And then exhaling that knee over to the right, looking over to the left. Trying to keep both shoulder blades down, inhaling up, looking up. Exhaling, taking the knee over. So you're really, with these gently dynamic poses, it's like you're trying to liberate your energetic body, not just your physical body. So inhaling up. So it's like you're using the structure of the skeleton, the muscles, to move beyond it. Exhaling, rolling it over again. Let's go one more time. Inhaling up. And then exhaling, taking that left knee over to the right, maybe taking the hands behind the thigh, and staying here in that gentle twist, looking over. That little squeeze. And then taking the knees back in. Rolling up to seated. And then we're going to stand up. Okay, so here is where my head might get a little bit cut off. So I'm standing right at the back of the room. So I hope you can see me. And I'll stand a little bit sideways on. We're going to take an Uttanasana sequence. So we're going to start with a variation on mountain pose. Feet hip width apart, hands side of the thighs, like that. And then as you breathe in, You're going to roll up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the arms, pulling in the lower belly, relaxing the shoulders, and then you're going to try and keep the head where it is as you lengthen through the back of the body by allowing the heels to come down really super gently, as if you've breathed length into the back of the body, and then spreading out the toes, coming towards the balls of the feet, slightly out of the heels, lengthening forwards. Take your breath here. And then exhaling, you may need to take a micro bend through the knees, folding down. And then coming up onto the fingertips, inhale, lift the heart. Exhaling, folding down again. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling down. We're going to take that twice more. So lifting up, staying up. Again, you can think about Mula Bandha, you can think about either pulling in the pelvic floor muscles or the perineum, keeping the head where it is, lengthening the heels down, making the back longer. Starting to lengthen forwards, micro bending the knees, weight out of the heels, more towards the balls of the feet. Breathing in, lengthening. Lengthening down again. Maybe taking the hands next to the feet, tucking the chin in. Breathing in, lengthening forward. And then again, folding inwards. So it's like a standing version of Paschimottanasana, stretching the west. Breathing in, lifting up. Taking the arms down. We're going to go one more time. Lifting up. Pausing. Feeling your center. Keeping the head lifted. Heels are coming down. Lengthening the back of the body. Staying tall. Lengthening forwards. Breathing in again, heart open. Exhaling to fold inwards. And let's come onto the fingertips again, looking up. And then breathing out, coming down. We'll stay here for a couple of long, deep breaths. If you need to, bend your knees. And then breathing in, lifting up. And then you're going to take both hands together in front of the heart. And you're going to stretch your left leg back. So both hips are facing forwards. And then breathing in, lifting up. Same principle. Making sure you're really into the balls of the feet more than you are the heels. That's the pad of flesh behind the toes. So lengthening forwards. Breathing in here. Halfway. And then exhaling down, maybe taking a micro bend through the knee. And then breathing in, lifting up. And we'll take that again. Lengthening forwards. Breathing in halfway. Exhaling down. Pausing for a moment. And then lifting back up. And then taking the hands together. Maybe having a little lean back, inhaling here. And then one more fold forward, straight down, exhaling. And then lifting up. Taking the hands in front of the heart. Bring that back foot forwards. And then stepping back with the right leg. Lifting. Breathing in again halfway. Resting here for a moment. Inhaling to lift up. Taking the arms down. Again like that, so inhaling, lifting up. Lengthening forwards. Equal through both feet, breathing in, lengthening forwards. Exhaling down. Lifting up. And then one more time. Maybe taking the palms together. Maybe a little lean back here, a little bit of a back bend. Lengthening down. Pausing here for a moment. And then lifting back up. And we're going to take it again one more time, each side, with the opportunity to have a little bit of a balance. So you know this one. You can either take the leg parallel to the floor, about 90 degrees, or you can come to a standing splits. So completely fearlessly, you're inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, lengthening forwards. Taking the hands to the floor, maybe taking that back leg halfway, or even lifting it up towards the ceiling, looking towards the big toe, maybe taking one hand to the ankle and then the other, elbows coming out to the side, concentrating on the big toe as if there's nothing else in the world, and balancing. Pulling in the navel. Don't worry if you wobble. You can even bend the knee if you prefer. And then breaking the pose. One more time on the other side, so breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, releasing forwards. And then finding that lift up on the other side. Maybe keeping the hands down, chin towards the shin, looking towards the big toe. How calm can you keep your breath? How still can you be in this posture? And then slowly breaking the pose. Taking the feet about hip width apart. Micro bending the knees. Folding the arms. Rocking the torso from side to side. And then maybe folding the arms the other way. And then slowly, slowly, coming up in your own time. And you're going to take the feet to triangle width. So roughly one of your own leg lengths apart. And we're going to do triangle in a very functional way. Okay, so doing triangle with the feet facing forwards as if you're on tram tracks or skis is a really, really good way to explore it. It's really safe for the hips, really good for the knees. So to start with, lengthening over, down one side, it doesn't matter which. And trying to keep that feeling of freedom. Freedom in the upper body, so nothing stiffens. And then lifting the one arm, looking up to the fingertips. And as you breathe out, seeing if you can slide down just a little more. And your legs are a really, really strong foundation here. And then breathing in, coming up, and taking that really kind of exploratory triangle on the other side. So relaxing the shoulders. Exhaling, rolling down. And when it feels really organic, really easy, lifting up the other arm, looking up towards the fingertips. Opening up the rib cage. And then breathing in to come up. Now you're welcome to repeat that one. Or you can take the arms into this kind of receptive, almost like a rainbow posture. And just seeing how far you can comfortably go until it starts to feel difficult or uncomfortable. You're just lengthening over. You're feeling that inner strength. That steel fist in a velvet glove. Breathing in, lifting up, and then pushing down equally through both feet. Exhaling over the other way. And then we'll come into a goddess pose. So taking the toes to face out, bending the knees, coming down low, lifting the heart, palms face up, back, arches a little. Maybe squatting down a little lower, relaxing the shoulders. Totally receptive. And then as you come up, you straighten the legs. Take the hands to the hips. Allow the big toes to come in. And we're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So that is a wide-legged forward bend. So again, coming towards the balls of the feet, lengthening forwards. And once more, you'll take the fingertips down. Breathing in, lifting, allowing your spine to be open and soft, snake-like, and then exhaling, coming down again. Just coming down as far as is comfortable. If you've been doing yoga a long time, you can take your head towards the floor, looking towards the nose. If you're not feeling massively open today, that's fine. Just bend the knees a little. Just come to where you're comfortable. And you can use your hands to make yourself feel safe. They can be in front or they can be behind the feet. And then breathing in, lengthening forwards, taking the hands to the hips, coming all the way up. And then the second variation, if you want to take it, you're welcome to take your hands down again. The second variation is to take your hands to reverse prayer. Okay, so between the shoulder blades, or if you're not feeling that open, you can just link the hands like that. It's up to you. Breathing in, lifting the heart. And then lengthening forwards. And you're trying to get this feeling of coming forward. So try not to be in the heels. Try and allow the hips to roll forwards. Try and allow the weight to come towards the toes. If the head comes towards the floor, you can rest the crown of the head on the floor, look towards the nose. Really strong on the hamstrings as well. And then breathing in, coming up. And then stepping the hands and the feet back together. And then we're going to close it in. So the last standing posture we're going to do is Garudasana. So taking both elbows out to the side again. And you're going to hook right elbow under the left. You can have the hands apart or together, it's up to you. If you're not comfortable taking one knee over the other, you can just bend both knees as if you're in Utkatasana chair pose. Otherwise, you're going to lift up that right knee, cross it over the left, try and squeeze the inner thighs together, lift the elbows, chin just a little towards the chest, breathing here. And then breathing in to lift up. Releasing the arms. Left elbow underneath. Left knee lifts, crosses over. Squeezing the thighs together, sinking down deep. And it is a very eagle-like quality in this posture. It's like you're surveying your domain, squeezing, sinking down. And then breathing and lifting up. And then again, feet hip width apart. Coming into a gentle forward bend. And then let's just step back into a downward facing dog, just to come back to center. So a really open downward facing dog, maybe pressing one heel down, then the other. Taking the spine back to center. Taking yourself back to center. And then you're going to come to sit down. And you're going to take the legs out wide. Now this one, if the backs of your legs are tight, you don't need to go to extremes. So we're going to do a slightly dynamic twist here. So you can either just twist over one way and then the other. Or you can twist over, taking one hand to the opposite foot, other hand around the back of the waist, inhaling, lifting, and then exhaling, take it the other way. Inhaling, lifting. Another option is if the backs of your legs are tight, you can do it with the knees a little bit bent. And you can even just exhale over one way and then the other. So it's not quite so much of a twist, or like that. But if you can, straighten out your legs. And another little tip is it's easier the faster you do it. And you're trying to bear down through both sit bones. If you can, flexing both feet so the backs of the legs are really coming down towards the mat. And we'll take it 6 more times, 3 on each side. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then taking the legs to a diamond shape. So the heels about 40 centimeters ahead of the groin, you've got that diamond ahead of you, and we'll come into a very gentle butterfly. So having the palms facing up, allowing the back to round, tucking the chin in, and just letting the head hang down. Lovely, and just spending a few breaths here. What I want you to focus on here is completely relaxing your back and your hips. It's almost as if you're letting the floor massage your back and your hips. Or you're letting gravity massage your back and the floor massage your hips and your butts and the sides of your feet and everything that makes contact with the floor. And then slowly, slowly coming up. And then I thought it would be fun to come into Baddha Konasana. So very intense pose. So what I want you to do is try and maintain that feeling of relaxation through your legs and your hips. Now you can take the hands down and you can just kind of scooch your crotch towards your heels, okay? Now, if you've got dodgy knees or this feels really uncomfortable, you're very welcome to stay with the butterfly pose. But the first part of this very challenging posture, to be honest, is to open up the soles of the feet as if they're the pages of a book, and then lift the heart. So your spine is straight, the back is straight. You're pressing the edges of the feet together, and you're looking towards the toes. Almost a gentle external rotation of the hips. So the knees are coming towards the floor. And then however far you want to go in this is up to you. You can take the elbows to the inner thighs and start to lengthen forwards. And you can have that little bit of resistance, elbows into the thighs, thighs into the elbows. And then allow the knees to relax again. And ultimately, you're going to come forwards with a straight back, taking the chin towards the mat. But for most people, me included, took a few years, so just enjoying wherever you are. Lengthening forwards, lengthening the back. We'll have 3 more long, deep breaths here. And then coming up. And then to counter pose here, really rounding the back, bringing the chin in and seeing if you can get the forehead towards the feet. Or in that general direction. You may just want to be like that. So get that sense of the back rounding again. And then sitting up. Stretch. Bend the knees. Have the feet flat on the floor. Again, letting the knees come over from side to side. And we're going to take a seated twist. And we're going to take a twist often referred to as deer, which is lovely and open. It's one of my favorites. If your hips are quite tight, you might want to sit on a block or a book or a cushion. But basically what it is one leg out at an angle, one foot to the inner thigh, and then you take that heel next to the hip. So if you want to sit side on, the heel is kind of tucked in next to the hip, and then the foot touches the inner thigh. Okay. And what's beautiful about this twist is that you can't really force yourself in it. You have to really use your inner strength to come into that twist. So you're going to take opposite hands to the knee, fingertips behind you, and then breathing in, lifting the heart. And then breathing out to twist. And then come back to the center. Take it to the other side. So taking one heel next to your hip, other foot in to the inner thigh, so the knees are wide. You're trying to get that feeling of both sit bones coming down into the earth. And then taking that twist the other way. Fingertips behind you, breathing in, lifting. And then breathing out to twist. And then returning to center. And then let's counterpose that by stretching the legs ahead. Coming into Paschimottanasana, forward bend. So we've done lots of forward bending, but this time from the earth. So you inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lengthen forwards. So let's take it dynamically a couple of times. So breathing in, lifting up. You can flex the feet, breathing out, coming down. Lifting up. Lengthening down, almost getting this kind of swaying motion. So breathing in, lifting up, maybe coming back a little, and then coming down to stay. You may need to bend the knees a little if you're new to this. That's okay. Just get that feeling of the whole of the back, really relaxing down over the legs. And get that feeling of surrendering down, going inwards. And then breathing in, lifting up. And then we're going to seal the practice with 3 Ums. So having that gratitude for the practice, having that gratitude that we can be together, that we can still practice, so whatever's going on in the world, you have your stillness. So Om 3 times. Om. Thank you so much for coming to practice this evening. The light in you sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. I would like you to spend at least a couple of minutes lying down in Shavasana. Still coming to relax.